How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to Steins Gate 0. A little bit late, if in case you missed my update on it. I got a little sick, and I got sick, and when I got sick, I wanted to sleep, and I slept all through the time I normally record. So, we're doing this a little late, but it should be coming out in a timely manner now. But, we now have a plan. As far as I remember, we're trying to track down, ultimately, what we can do about Kagari, and kind of facing the decision of like, can we separate the memories of Kurisu from Kagari at this point? If we do, how do we do it? And just like, I don't know. We also just need to find, I'm hoping they have backup information for Kagari, because otherwise I don't see how we could do this without like wiping her mind and then putting in something new. And we have effectively a time loop machine. So, how are we going to use that? I'm not sure. But it's time for us to solve this problem, I think. Let's jump in and see what our next steps are going to be. Several days later, Kagari's condition was getting worse. Yeah, so like she had like almost a full mental breakdown recently where like it like got so bad she just like went into like a self-induced coma. Staccato footsteps echo through the darkness. Nice word there, staccato. Akihabara got quiet early. The ever-busy electronics stores, the concert halls that were filled with cheers, and the coffee shops that were full of laughter, all that gave way to silence as soon as night fell. A single set of footsteps walked slowly through the silence, never breaking rhythm. Is that true? Because Akihabara seems like a place that would be levels like New York, like this idea like it never sleeps, that there's always something going on. But I guess not. Can anyone confirm that? It'd be interesting. They belonged to a girl. It was dark, so it was hard to see her clearly. But it was very clear that she was acting strange. She had a cap pulled down over her face and was trying to avoid letting anyone see her as she walked. As if she was hiding from someone. As if someone was chasing her. And just as she was about to turn a corner, several men jumped out in front of her. The girl stopped in surprise. Suddenly there were men behind her too. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, this is kind of a development. Is that her? It looks different. What if it's Suzuha with a wig? Yeah. The zipper tag at the throat and her build. I think it's Suzuha with the wig. They're using the people who are looking for Kagari as a lure to get them out, to figure out who they are, what they want. And I bet you they've got CERN backup right around the corner, because that's freaking crazy to think about. Ooh, I got you. One of the men spoke. His Japanese was fluent, but if she listened carefully, she might have detected a trace of a foreign accent. That guy's got like an aviator jacket on. That sounds very American. The girl they called Kagari was helpless as they surrounded her. One of the men thought to himself, "This is the easiest job in the world." All they had to do was kidnap a single helpless-looking girl. There was no need to bring this many people. Well, if it's Suzuha, definitely. But it also denotes that Kagari herself is likely dangerous in the right settings. Maybe before she had her mind wiped, she was like along that secret agent super path that she was on before. No, it wasn't just him. Almost everyone there felt the same way. Fools. The men gradually began to close in. The girl simply stood there, afraid, and showed no signs of resistance. This was too easy. Just then the man smiled and reached out his hand. Oh. Sounds like she went straight for the chopping off the hand. He thought he heard the sound of something slicing through the air, and then he fell to the ground, clutching his hand. It looked like 3 sausages lying on the ground. Ah, fingers. Before they realized that the sausages were the man's fingers, another man went down from a high kick to the head. The men began to howl in rage.
You fucking bitch!
Well, went straight for the English on that one. They leaped at the girl, swearing, but... One of the men who was trying to attack her from behind suddenly screamed. Denoji.
Oi, oi. 静かにしな。あんまりうるさくすると、おめえらも困るんじゃねえのか?
Yeah, it's totally him. A huge man came out of the darkness, silhouetted by the moon. Freaking terrifying. Holy crap. Well, now we've got some hostages. Excellent. Good job. Yeah. That was all I could say when I watched these tough men go down one after the other. I knew from his size that Tenoji was strong, and it was the other girl that really shocked me. Yeah, Suzaha. Her disguise ruined, Suzaha jumped around like a cat. Each time she moved, the men around her quivered. I knew she'd undergone combat training, but I had no idea she was this strong when she was serious. The kicks from her long, lithe legs were like a work of art. Oh, that sounded bad.
Yaru じゃねえか、バイト。
店長もね。
The men fell to the ground without even having the time to draw their knives and guns. Oh man, these guys were not very. Man, they must have been severely limiting their thinking here, because these guys are supposed to be like ex SWAT and ex special forces. They obviously did not have their guard up, because they should have been able to respond quickly with their reflexes. Ugh, okay, on there. Sorry. Several days earlier, when I realized that the enemy was probably starting to panic, I came up with a plan. In the last world line, Moeka had told me that someone was looking for Kagari. I wondered if that was true in this world line too. So I asked Moeka to leak some information for me. A girl matching Kagari Shina's description came down this road at the same time every day. And today, a few days later, they'd all taken the bait. I hung back behind the corner of an alley, watching the fight. I felt kind of pathetic. But it was obvious that not only would I be of no help whatsoever, I'd actually just get in the way. So it was smarter to leave it to them. I heard Dara's voice through the earphone on one of my ears. I'd call him and left the call connected so we could talk anytime. Tara had been opposed to Suza's plan to use herself as the decoy. You shouldn't have been worried, man. She's not hurt. She just did the hurting. Right around the corner from PC at 21. He must have been worried about her putting his daughter in danger.
心配いらない。お前の娘は想像よりずっとすごいよ。
そりゃ僕の娘だからね。でも傷物になんかされたらおかりん。一生恨むからな。
Uh-huh. He'd be better off worrying about the people she was fighting. I suddenly heard a high-pitched whistle. At the signal, the men started to turn and run. They'd realized they'd fallen into a trap and decided to retreat.
おっと、そうはいくかよ。
I'd be watching out though. That means there might be a spotter out there. They could have a sniper, some kind of higher caliber, for just this situation. Tenoji's giant arms grabbed one of the men's hands. But fetch. See? They had a spotter! There was a hollow popping sound and the man's body went limp. Wait, they went to the trouble of eliminating their own man to prevent him from talking rather than just taking out Tenoji? That seems very weird. Like, whenever that happens in movies, I understand, like, you don't want collateral, you don't want someone getting captured, but if you have the technology right there to take people out, why not save your person? No way. He was dead. He took his own life? Oh, okay, see, that makes more sense. A piercing yell brought me back to my senses. One of the men was coming toward the alleyway where I was hiding. See, that's the thing too, like, these guys said they had guns on them, right? Obviously they have some silenced weapons. So as soon as they started to break away, I would have run away, got to a defensible position, then turned around and started shooting, considering your enemies don't seem to have guns. Like, what are they gonna do? Kick the bullets? Our goal was to capture them and make them tell us who they were working for. If we couldn't do that, all of this would be for nothing. Come on, Rintaro. Dig deep. I ran out in front of the man without even thinking. My sudden appearance caused him to hesitate for a moment, but he kept charging without dropping his speed. I saw that he was holding onto something shiny near his waist. Ooh, that's not good. Oh no. Just as he hit me, Suzuha slammed into him with a jump kick.
Otta!
The kick knocked him directly into Tennoji's waiting arms. Tennoji caught him easily, then spun on the man's arm around his back so he couldn't hurt himself.
おじさん、怪我は
Let me see. Uh-oh.
大丈夫？
なんともない。
Are you sure about that?
オカリン、どうしたん？何があった？
心配するな。こっちはみんな無事だ。それより鈴葉、奴は
That would be a yes. Something like a scream came out of his mouth. At some point, Tennoji had jammed what looked like a towel into it. He's probably trying to keep him from killing himself like the last guy. Yeah, maybe like a cyanide pill.
おいおい、あんまり暴れるんじゃねえよ。騒ぎになって困るのはおめえもだろうが。それにまだ1本目だぜ。情けねえ。あとまだ9本も残ってる。それが終わったら目だ。それから両方の耳、鼻。まだまだお楽しみはいっぱいあるんだぜ。
9 more. Did he break one of his fingers? Fetch. His voice was cold. This was the real Tennoji. This was FB. I wanted to look away, but Suzuha was watching without flinching in the slightest.
俺だって面倒な真似はしたくねえ。どうせ吐くんなら早めに吐いた方がお互いのためだと思うぜ。
Yeah. Oh, that time I heard it. Fetch. I would not be able to watch this. I'd like to think in the worst case scenarios I could like take care of stuff like this, but I would hate it so much, no matter what. Oh.
ん？どうだ？もう一本行くか？
The man shook his head violently.
最初からそうすりゃいいんだよ。で、おめえさんたちの元締めは誰だ？
Tennoji took the towel out of his man's mouth and said something in a whisper so small I couldn't hear. Tennoji's pallor suddenly changed.
ストラトフォー？
Stratford. Stratford von Avon. That wouldn't be UK, would it?
おい、冗談じゃねえだろな。
The man desperately shook his head again.
ストラトフォーか。また面倒な奴らが。
Oh. Stratford. I'd heard of them. Back when I was in conspiracy theories, I'd looked them up on the internet. Their real name was Strategic Focus, I think. Oh, right. I think I remember that. They were an American civilian intelligence company. Sometimes they called the Shadow CIA. Yeah, and they're based on like a real thing, too, which is crazy. They specialized in military matters, and their skills had supposedly been put to good use during the Iraq and Gulf Wars. If certain rounders like Tennoji said they were a problem, they probably were. This wasn't going to be easy. But now wasn't the time for being scared.
聞いたか誰？今すぐにストラト4のサーバーにハッキングをかけてくれ。
オキドキ
I felt myself starting to relax after I completed my first objective. But there wasn't time for that. This was where things really began. Yeah, if they were desperate now that they've been attacked, this is going to push them to hyper-aggression. They're not going to be trying to be subtle anymore. Desperation plus no longer caring about being subtle means lots of guns. Yeah, it's going to get rough.
どうしたの店長。何か気にかかることでも。
いや、ストラトフォーといや民間の会社だぜ。いわば金によって雇われてる連中だ。そんな奴らがいくら捕まったからって自決までするか？
No, it'd be nice if one of them knew anything, but I'm guessing their employers are smart enough to hide behind, deep web internet transactions to keep themselves hidden. It did seem strange, come to think of it.
おい、おめえ本当に？
Tenoji tried to wringing the man's neck again, but
気を失ってやがる。だらしねえやつだ。
well, he also could have had a cyanide pill. Tenoji sighed and took out a rope, then started to tie him up.
後始末は俺に任せて、おめえらは行け。
いいんですか？
これで終わりじゃねえんだろ？
No, it's not. I was a little curious what he intended to do with them, but
わかりました。後のことはお願いします。
now if you happen to have a handy incinerator, which I'm guessing the Rounders would have access to, and had a time when people at the incinerator complex were willing to look away, it wouldn't be that difficult to get rid of bodies, especially because in Japan, isn't incineration what is it called? I should know this. It's not a burial. It's when you collect ashes from people who pass. I'm so dumb. Like, why is this not coming to me? There's all these weird little things I can never remember for some reason. Oh well. It'll come back to me in like an hour when it's not even important at all. But yeah, like in Japan, I imagine that like burying bodies is highly expensive. It's like the restricted landmass that's and such. And I think traditionally it's more appropriate to like go for incineration. So I imagine it wouldn't actually be that difficult to find a place that could turn the other way and have all the facility requirements there. It's a lot cleaner too. I had other priorities right now. I said my thanks to Tenoji and hurried to the lab with Suza. It's really weird. It's really weird working with CERN and the Rounders. Like it's just so bizarre.
おじさん、早く。
わかってる。
I hope he's not bleeding too much. Suza ran through the night like a panther. That was all I could do to keep up. The path to the lab seemed far longer than he usually did. We finally made it to the lab. Mayuri, Ferris, and everyone else was already there waiting. And Kagari, too. Yeah, she doesn't sound like she's doing good. Kagari was lying on the couch in obvious pain. Her breathing was shallow. Her complexion was pale. Something bad could happen to her at any moment.
なる。どうだ？
ちょい待ち。前にハッキングかけた時のルートがあるから今探ってる。
The last time I acted. When was that?
前にって。お前、そんな危険なことをしてたのか？
ちょっとね、友達と賭けでね、どっちが早くハックできるか勝負したんだ。ゴーゴーカレー1年分。
And did you win? He probably had no idea how dangerous that was.
あれ？どっちが勝ったか聞かないん？
From the way he was acting, there was no need to even ask. Yeah, he won.
とにかく、急いでくれ。
ラジャー。
Since their plan to steal back Kagari had failed, there was a good chance Stratford would have resourced even more desperate measures. There was no time to waste. And... yeah, son!
オカリ、顔色悪いよ。
いや、なんでもない。
なんでもないことないにゃ。見せるにゃ。
Oh, Ferris, what are you gonna find? Ferris ripped off my coat.
ひどい怪我してるにゃ。岡部さん、違う。オカリ。
I only got a little little stabbed, it's fine. It's only a little stabbing. I tried to avoid looking at it, but there was a lot more dark blood staining the side of my shirt than I expected to see. But yeah, he's got stabbed, and then you ran for like a mile or two. Of course you're going to see a lot of blood. When the man stabbed me before, it must have gone in pretty deep.
問題ない。
No, it's a gut stab. If he nicked your intestine, you're in real danger.
問題ないわけないにゃ。ルカにゃ、応急手当の用意を。
Ferris, please. You're lovely, but please take off those mittens before you try any medical attention.
はい。
俺は大丈夫だ。
Shut up.
マユリ、それよりも、カガリは
Not good.
かがりちゃん、しかり。
Kagari was still lying on the sofa, panting for breath. For the last few days, she'd been getting weaker and weaker. Her hand reached up into the air.
ママ、どこにいるの？ママはここだよ。ちゃんとそばにいるよ。
No. Fetch! No! No! We can't lose her now! Mayuri grabbed her hand tightly as she finally smiled a weak smile.
ママ、私、このまま消えちゃうのかな。大丈夫だよ。きっとオカリンとダルくんが何とかしてくれるから。オカリンさん。そうだよ。オカリン、わかるよね。オカリンさん。
Kagari's lifeless eyes turned towards me.
心配しなくていい。もう少しで元通りになる。
岡部さん。私を消して。
Erase me. That's Kurisu, isn't it? That's Kurisu talking. How does she know our name, though? Her memory shouldn't extend, like, later than, like, knowing us.
カガリ。
No.
彼女の中から私を消して。
No.
このままじゃ彼女が。
Those were Kurisu's words. Personality and memory were two different things. Just because she had Kurisu's memories, that didn't mean she had Kurisu's personality. But that's sounding an awful lot like what Kurisu would say.
お願い、岡部さん。
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, the chills.
私を消して。
Those were definitely Kurisu's words. At least that's how it seemed to me. I remembered what she said before. She told me to save Mayuri. She told me she couldn't sacrifice Mayuri to save herself. Maybe there was a tiny chance that Kurisu's memories would safely settle inside Kagari's mind. But even if they did, I knew what she'd chosen. She'd chosen to leave. She'd chosen to disappear. I had no way of knowing if the words coming out of Kagari's mouth were from another personality created by Kurisu's memories. But there was no doubt that they were Kurisu's words. Right now, she was nothing but a formless thing called memories. So why even now was she nothing but memories? Did she still have to suffer so much? Why did she have to suffer at all?
ごめんね、岡部。
Clear drops fell from her softly closed eyes.
誰？まだか？
Kurisu. I asked him to stop myself from screaming her name.
待って、もうすぐ。
まずいよ、おじさん。
Suzuha whispered to me as she looked out the window.
1、2、3、何人か集まってきてる。ストラト4だ。
Alright, I see what the plan is. We have to use the time loop machine. We triggered this knowing we'd get a massive response, but if we can get and confirm what we need to find, aka their memories, then we time leap back as far as we can, and we have that much time to try and get in again without them knowing and getting the memories back, or at the very least, knowing where to look.
Yoshi! Koi! Koi! Koi!
The tension was rising every second. Was he done yet? Why wasn't he done yet?
Shoo!
誰
Shoo! 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 Kita! 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 Bingo!
Good, good. Now what did you find? Lukiko and the others brought the treatment device over, but I motioned for them to stay back as I looked down at the monitor. CBMS, CBMR, drain, groan, John, junk. What are these? Maho leaned over Dara's other shoulder.
重要そうなファイルの中からサイズの大きなものを選んで。
待ってよ。大きなのずっと。もしかしてこれかな？
Groan, maybe? Groan! Her adult memories.
でもファイルネーム、ジョンって。
モーツァルトの洗礼名はヨハネ。きっとそれだわ。
Okay.
なんかよくわからんけど、OK。てか中にもファイルがいっぱいあるんですけど。
見せて。
Inside the folder were several files labeled with codes.
ファイルが増えてる。私たちの研究段階じゃこんなに多くなかった。
Okay. Okay. So the rest of the files are the memory files of Amadeus, I would guess. So that would be why she could call her name. Is that it actually has, like, now that all the memories are trying to manifest, it's actually Amadeus Kurisu inside Kagari. Amadeus Kurisu. Which meant that after the Amadeus program was shut down, it had ended up in Stratford's hands somehow, and they'd gone to do more experiments with it.
この中のどれかがカガリさんの記憶データのはずだけど。
K6205 だ。
K6205.
え？
Yeah. What's that from? That sounds familiar. K6205. Wait a minute. Where did that come from? Was that the other world line when we were looking up, like...
K6205 番がかがりの記憶だ。誰？
Code Shoals number 620, the magic flute.
K62 あった！これだ！
後の手はずは事前に話した通りに頼む。
Okay. Compared to Kurisu's time leap machine, the process was a lot simpler. Since the memory data already existed, there was no need for a VR headset. Or the phone wave. All we had to do was use the decoder program on Kagari's memory data, then use CERN's LHC to compress it. Then we transferred the compressed data and sent it to the cell phone.
完全に囲まれた。
Okay. Ooh! Interesting thought. So we don't have a full time leap machine right now, do we? But if we did, we could fix her mind here, then time leap her back into the past, fixing her brain back in the day, and then we time leap back into the past in order to oversee what's going on, except if we time leaped her back then, that would change the timeline. But that's okay. We probably would be alright at that point.
誰？準備はいいか？
All okay!
Man, we're going off a lot of faith here, man. Lee literally just pulled a number out of his butt from their perspective.
よし、行くぞ！
Go!
待って。
Maho, we don't have time! I looked up and saw that Maho was staring at the screen, her features frozen in an iron mask.
どうした？ヤジョさん。
本当にうまくいくのかしら。もし失敗したら、カガリさんは。
If we fail, she dies too. I reached my arm around Dara's back and put my hand firmly on her shoulder.
大丈夫だ。俺が保証する。
岡部さん。おじさん！
Oh, here they come. Bar the door.
かがり。
I stepped away from the PC and knelt down in front of the sofa where Kagari lay.
岡部さん。
いいな。
Ready? Goodbye. Kurisu. You were never alive to begin with again. Oh my gosh.
了解
The sound of footsteps coming up the stairs. The sound of the phone ringing. Wait, why is the phone ringing? Do I have time? Do I have time to answer the phone? Who is this? The phone I pressed against Kagari's head stopped ringing, and in that moment, the world. Yeah, okay, that was it. So that was me choosing whether I erased her or not. The world changed. All right. Where are we at? Oh, I think I broke the universe. I was inside a deep black darkness. There was no sound. No temperature. Just darkness, cold and silence. No one was here. I didn't even know if I was asleep or awake. There was nothing but a vague sense of presence. Nothingness. Nothingness spreading out into infinity. No, fetch. Okay. That was scary. I thought I broke everything. That clock having no hands is still disconcerting. Huh? What was I doing? Wasn't I...
ちょっと岡部、いつまでもそんなところで寝てると風邪ひくわよ。
Who is that? I turned towards the voice. Standing there next to the open curtains of the development room was... Oh!
何よ。
How did we get back here again?
なんだ、クリス、いたのか。
What the fetch? What? 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 What?
いたのかとは随分ご挨拶だな。
What did I...
さっきからずっとここにいたじゃない。
What did I do? What the fetch? What the fetch did what? What? How? How? Is this a dream? Maybe it's a dream.
そうだったか。
そうよ。昨日も一昨日もずっとここにいたわよ。
Right. Did seem that way, come to think of it. My head seemed like it was full of fuzz. But I wasn't sleepy or tired or anything like that. My mind was very awake. But something was missing, something important.
そういえば。
What the fetch is happening?
ダリアン・マユリはどうした？
あんた、本当に大丈夫？何か不具合でもあったんじゃない？
Yeah?
どういう意味だ？
橋田もまゆりも。ほら、そこにいるじゃない。
What?
え？
What?
おかりん、てってれー。
Okay, no, this world is constructing itself around me. Either this is a dream, or we've entered something very weird, like null space. There's a theory that, like, before the universe was, like, kind of orchestrated after the Big Bang, that the void, or what we don't really comprehend, there's a potentiality that the void would be super malleable. So if you had a will, because we understand that we do know that perception is important in quantum mechanics. We understand that observation can alter or reassess the boundaries, limitations, and charges and such of subatomic particles. We don't really know why or how that works. The math is very strange, but it makes sense. Like, I'm sure there's a better explanation for it. But if we assume that mind power, willpower, perception itself does have an effect on the universe, then there's a possibility, an entertaining possibility, that if we were to enter null space beyond the existence of the universe, or whatever the soup was of, like, when matter, space, time, energy were all the same thing, just kind of compressed together, that then if you introduce somebody with a willpower there, that they could then construct things simply out of their mind. like I said, this is very much like a fictional fantasy slash sci-fi concept. There's a good example of it being explored in Ender's Game, actually. The Ender's Game series, I think in the third or fourth book, when Ender uses a kind of a warp jump to take a trip between planets almost instantaneously by using null space. But while they're in null space, they end up having a problem where they're not shielded anymore, which they were like, we don't know what'll happen. And while he was there and he thought he was going to die, he thought about the people who had meant the most to him, which was his brother and sister. Turned out he then reconstructed his brother and sister into existence, but they were based on his perception of them. So they weren't even like him, like the ones they should have been. They were simply versions of them that he imagined. And he ends up pulling them into reality from his own mind. And I never read much further into the series. I imagine that caused... Sorry, I leaned back a little bit. I imagine that caused a lot of problems. So I'm wondering if we broke the universe for some reason, what if we're in null space right now? We're actually building or constructing a universe based on our desires. It's like they weren't here, and when they asked for them, and now they're here.
僕のこの大きすぎる存在感を見落としてるなんてどうかしてるぜオカリン
I'm pretty sure you weren't there before. Oh, that's right. Dara and Miri were also here, weren't they? No, it wasn't just them.
今日な、元気がないにゃ。フェイリスの萌え萌えチャームで元気を取り戻すんだにゃ。
I appreciate that, Ferris, but I'm pretty sure you're not real. And look, they're in their old costumes, too. Like, they're not in the outfits that they wore in this game. It's like where you're back in the old one. But why?
京馬さん、
It's very different here.
僕にできることがあったら何でも言ってくださいね。
Okay. Ferris and Lukiko, too. And... even Moaka.
岡部倫太郎のためにその辺の食べられそうな草で私が特別ジュース作ってあげるよ。
Oh, yeah. See, that's the more fun, fancy-free Suzuha.
私もいるよ。
Why are you here? Why are you here? Suzuha and Moka. All the lab mems were in the lab like they always were. That's right. This was my daily life. This was how I spent every day.
ふむ。全員いるようだな。
This is absolutely a frame from the first game. What the fetch is happening? Ferris is really cute, by the way. I've always said this. Kurisu kind of always has to take top spot because she's like a wonderful person every single way, but Ferris, oh, she's right there. She's so close. And there are times where I think that she wins still.
では、ただいまより、第65,536回目の円卓会議を行う。
65,000th round
準備
table?
はいいか？
Are we just stuck in a super loop of some kind?
まったく、いつも暑苦しいわね。
お前こそ、いい加減そのおすましフェイスはやめるんだな、助手。
だから、私はあんたの助手になった覚えはないと言ったろうが。
Yeah, this is just from the other game. Like, we just jumped right into the first game again.
オカリンとクリスちゃんはいつも仲良しだね。
Yeah, they are.
イチャイチャしやがってリア充爆発しろ
Now go explode.
ちょっと橋田、私がいつこいつとイチャイチャしたって言うのよ。仲がいいほど喧嘩するって言うにゃ。
That's not always true. That could be a bad side, by the way.
羨
Even
ま
the
しい。
cursor looks different. Aw, Luca.
漆原ルカも一緒にイチャイチャすればいいじゃん。ダメです。僕にはそんなことできません。イチャイチャ。
ねえ、お前たち、いつまで無駄話をしている？さっさと会議を始めるぞ。
I don't like it though. Like, I mean, this is fun, but there's something I think we did break the universe, and this isn't good.
ね、今日の議題は何なんだ？
そんなものは決まっている。今日の議題は
What?
議題は
岡部？
Something was wrong.
オカリン？
Oh no, here we go. Everything seems the same, but
どうしたんオカリン
that's right, it was cold.
京馬
I didn't feel it.
京馬さん。
No emotions.
岡部倫太郎
No warmth.
岡部。
Oh no, this is creepy. Everyone was here. But me. But it was cold and dark. Cold. Cold.
岡部くん。
Cold. I think I killed everything.
岡部倫太郎。
It was so cold, it felt like the marrow of my bones was going to freeze.
京馬さん。
Like my bones were made of ice.
京
Like all the blood in my body had been replaced with mercury.
オカリン
It was cold. It felt like I was going to freeze at any moment. What was this?
馬。岡林。
Where was this place? Where was I?
岡部。
Okay. Oh my gosh, we're back in the freaking Alpha line! Dang it! What the fetch? What has happened? Where was I? Oh no. What was I doing? This isn't good. I tried to speak, but the words wouldn't come out. It looked like I was lying on a bed. And very hard one at that. I slowly looked around. This might be my nightmare. I don't think this is it. I'm guessing not. But like, it's dark ceiling, nothing going on around us. What if we're in the future? And what if we're at our death? Specifically, the death in Alpha World Line, which is death by psychotic Na, who thought we killed her dad. It wasn't the lab, and it wasn't my room. The room was old and gloomy. Of course, I'd never seen it before. What was I doing here? Oh no. There was a terrible pain in my head, like someone had jammed an electrode into my brain. I tried to raise my hand as I lay there, but it was too heavy. It was like all the joints in my body had frozen. Oh no. This is gonna be my nightmare, isn't it? It took all my strength to slowly sit up. Each time I moved a little, my muscles screamed and pain ran through my whole body. Yeah, this is what it's like when you wake up from surgery. I knew what this was like recently. After several minutes, I finally succeeded in sitting on the edge of the bed and looking down. I realized I was wearing a white gown like hospital patients wear. There was some kind of equipment on my head, and the cables running out of it were connected to a strange machine. What had happened to me? Just a moment ago I was... Wait a minute. So what if the file was wrong? If the file was wrong, what did we just do? How did it affect the timeline? That's right, Kagari. Kurisu's memories had been downloaded into Kagari's head. We tried to erase them by overwriting them with Kagari's own memories. And then... That's right, I remembered now. The whole world line shifted right after that. What had happened then? Maybe we were captured and now we're being experimented on? For reading Steiner? I tried remembering, but it was like my mind was filled with fog. For now, I needed to figure out where I was. I took off the headgear and got out of bed. Good. And collapsed. This didn't make sense. Was I just dizzy after all that was going on in my head? Or was he in a coma and he's been unconscious for so long his muscles have atrophied? I tried to stand up again. And I couldn't get any strength in my legs. I kept standing up and falling over. In the end, I was only able to get up by grabbing the side of the bed. How could standing on my own 2 feet be so exhausting? Was I sick with some terrible disease? And then maybe I'd been in bed for several days? No, years. Somehow I managed to drag my weak legs to the door. It was bizarrely heavy. Or maybe it was just seemed that way to me. Great! Oh, this is definitely building into my theory of coma. I only opened after I put my weight on it. The door was locked, but it seemed to be the kind that could be opened from the inside. I walked down the dark hallway, leaning up against the wall for support. At the end of the hall were stairs. Oh no. I clung to the railing and slowly walked up them. At the end of the stairs, I found a hatch. Using the full strength of my back, I was just barely able to get it open. I was inside an old building. I walked down the crumbling hallway, still clueless as to what was going on, and finally found the door to the outside. Exhausted, I staggered outside, and I saw... What the fetch? What the heck is happening? Wait a minute, we're in the Alpha World Line. Why does it look like the bombs all went off here? Mountains of shattered rubble.
なんだこれ
Rows of destroyed and abandoned buildings. What the fetch is that? That was in the loading screen, but what on earth is that? That looks like an actual satellite. But how did it survive impacting a building? Is that another form of the time machine? Is that the radio? No, that looks too tall to be the radio building. What on earth is... What have I done? What did I do? In fact, I don't know what the thumbnail's gonna be for this. Exposed, twisted steel girders? At first I thought it was a movie set, but it was all far too realistic for that. The walls, the windows, the ceiling, everything was destroyed, little bits of rubble covering the ground. There were cracks in the asphalt on the road, making it impossible to walk straight. And it wasn't just directly in front of me. I spun around a full 360 degrees and saw the same scene everywhere. I smelled oil. I smelled something burning. I looked up to the sky. It was dark and gloomy. I thought it might just be cloudy, but something else seemed to be going on. I could see the hazy outline of the sun before the black curtain that covered the sky. Radiation. Violent pain in my throat made me cough. I quickly covered my mouth with the sleeve of my gown. My eyes stung. I tried once more to calm down and see if I could remember what was happening, but I had no luck. All I knew for sure was that there had been a world line shift when I deleted Kurisu's memories from inside Kagari. Oh. The memories held by Amadeus Kurisu. Okay. Maybe this is what happens if Russia wins. And the memories implanted in Kagari. Maybe whenever owned them changed, that is whoever held Kurisu's time machine theory, the world line changed with it. Okay. That could be the key of why all the changes have happened. So she is like an attractor field of her own. Just her existence pulls the knowledge of the time machine, pulls the strings of reality, just like a time leap or a D-mail. Specifically more like a D-mail. And so just by changing hands of that data, by force, alters the timeline. That explains why whenever how this first time shift even happened, because I answered the phone and talked to Amadeus. As soon as it did that, somehow the information changed hands. Or there was a chain of events that led to that information changing hands, and that's how it all started. And this was another altered world line, which meant what I was seeing was... I saw what looked like an ash-covered stick poking out of the ground in the corner of my eye. I slowly went to take a closer look. It was sticking out of the rubble, and at the tip it splintered into 5 smaller branches. It's a hand. A skeletal hand. It was a hand. It was a human hand that had been scorched pitch black. Hey, I know you're freaking out, man. You gotta figure out why were you where you were, and was there anyone else there? A terrible feeling came rising up out of my stomach. Suddenly, I thought I saw something move. Someone was there. Where? I listened carefully to try and pick them out. I think our impending death is coming. the other side of that building. I could hear some kind of sound from over there. Was someone there? If there was, maybe they could tell me what the heck was going on. Trying my best not to make any sound, to peek through the walls of the crumbling building. They were there, all right. There were people there. Lots of them. But they weren't people anymore. They were just human-shaped wads of meat, piled up in a mountain. And on top of the mountain was a pack of dogs. Something long and slick was hanging out of the dogs' mouths. Oh, you get out of there! What piled them up in a pile, though? Intestines. They were eating them. They were eating the bodies. The stench was horrible. The sound of the flies was overwhelming. It was like something out of hell. Yeah. Don't make noise. You run! Run! My gaze met the vacant eyes of one of the bodies. One of its eyes fell out, and its black insects crawled out of the empty side. Okay. Okay. Alright, that's a bit much for even me. Eyes. Eyes are they're my bane. I hate thinking about horrible things happening to eyes. Come on, Okabe. What's the satellite thing? I ran away. I ran as fast as I could, stumbling forward on falling legs. Or failing legs. Somewhere. Was there somewhere around here that was sane? But no matter how far I went, it was the same thing. Mountains of rubble, rows of abandoned buildings. All I could see were the dead. There were no living humans. Wow. Look at that. Then I found it. There were rows of huge buildings which all looked as if they were about to fall over. The roads were full of cracks. There was a warped overpass sticking out of the ground. This must have been a nuclear detonation. Like, it really must have been to be this devastating. Carpet bombing wouldn't have been like this, nor would it have left some buildings in one part of town almost completely atomized, and other buildings just kind of, like, blasted with all their glass broken. That sounds like a nuclear bomb shockwave. A few rows of iron and railroad ties. Yeah, and if he got closer and closer to the epicenter, he'd find just nothing. It'd just all be flat. I knew it. I knew this place. It was the only shadow of its former self, but I knew it. This was Akihabara, which meant...
Labo wa dou natta?
Oh, buddy, I don't know if we want to know. Where was Miiri? Where was Daru? Where was Ferris? What about Lukako or Suzuha? What happened to Maho and Kagari? Just as I ran toward the lab to find out. Uh-oh. I heard footsteps behind me. Rough footsteps stomping over the rubble, more than one set. They got louder and louder, and soon I saw them coming toward me from between the crumbling buildings. No, hide, monkey! There are 3 of them. They each had assault rifles in their hands. When they saw me, they all pointed their guns at me. Alright. Put your hands up, man. You can't run. There was so much I wanted to ask them. There were some things I wanted to know. But the only thought I had came to me was that I needed to get away. But even as I tried to turn around, my body refused to listen. Just, Okabe, it's too late to run. You're not able to. They must have sensed that I was about to flee because one of them yelled. Well, holes appeared in the concrete at my feet. They'd shot at me. They really shot at me. They'd shoot me with the real guns. If I'd been just a little closer, they would have hit me. Freeze, man, freeze! I was too scared to stand. The men got closer, still holding their guns. Run. You have to run. But it was like my body belonged to someone else that wasn't listening to me. The men kept getting closer. And then... there was another sharp noise. One of the men collapsed to the side. He hit his head on the rubble and stopped moving. What the fetch is happening now? The other 2 waved their guns around, clearly confused as to what just happened.
Jamada!
That voice. My first thought was Suzuha, but I'm not sure it's Suzuha. Could it be Kagari? Something dragged me to the ground. And then more gunshots. The two of them fell backwards, still holding their weapons at almost the exact same time. Okay. Okay. They died. Right in front of me. Someone had died. I could do nothing more than sit there and watch as the silhouette moved in front of me.
お前、死にたいのか?
I looked up, and the person I saw was Suzuha. Okay. Suzuha.
ほら、いつまでボケっと座っているつもりだ?
Hey, this looks like Suzuha during World War III before she traveled back in time. Why are we here? And how? And how old are we? Do we get to see ourselves in the mirror? And this definitely isn't good because, like, the future we're trying to get to is with us in the future with, like, Maho and all of them, like, working in the resistance, sending the message back in time that we needed to see in order to try and get things going in the right direction towards Steins Gate. So, I obviously messed up big time, unless I can get back somehow.
お前、殺したのか?
何を生っちょろいこと言ってるんだ、お前。
It was a colder voice than I'd ever heard.
お前、鈴葉だよな?
Her iron mask of an expression suddenly changed to surprise. But that was only for a moment. A second later, and the fierceness had returned.
お前、何者だ?
Did she really not?
俺のこと知らないのか?
Did the change in the world line mean that Suzuha and I had never met?
岡部だよ。岡部倫太郎だ.
The expression on her face changed again.
岡部倫太郎? そんな、バカな。
Two pairs of icy footsteps sounded in the darkness.
こっちだ。
After I'd given my name, Suzuha had stared at me suspiciously for a moment. Then she made some kind of call and told me to come with her. She made me wear a blindfold almost the entire time, though. It's for safety. So I had no idea which way I'd gone or where I was.
止まれ。
I did as she said. When I heard the knock, I finally realized we were in front of a door.
君に萌え萌え。
Hey, Dario.
バッキュンキュン。
Kyun Kyun.
入れ。
Evidently, that was the password. I could only think of one man who'd choose such a stupid password. I heard the sound of a heavily locked door opening, and at last I saw a dimly lit room in the darkness. Oh my gosh, this is before she left. The room was piled high with what looked like mechanical junk. Rows of instruments lined the walls. A man was sitting in front of them, looking straight at me.
よかった。やっと目を覚ましたんだな、オカリン。
He frickin' slimmed? What? Who was this guy? How did he know my name? He must have been in his mid-40s. Well, so are you. And he slimmed! Even in the flashbacks of the future we saw, he wasn't slim. He was a big, broad-shouldered man with a stubbly face. There was a sharp but gentle light in his eyes. I felt like I'd seen him somewhere before.
あなたは
Oh my
やだな。
gosh!
僕のこと忘れたん？そりゃいくらなんでも冷たいぜ、オカリン。
What the fetch? Dude, look at this guy. Daru, my man. Look at that neck. You look like you could break bricks with just a neck flex. Holy crap. What the heck is happening? The way he talked. And that voice. There was only one person it could be. But that was...
まさか誰か
Oh my gosh. The man's face broke into a broad smile.
よかった。覚えててくれて。てっきり忘れられたのかと思ったのだぜ。
誰本当に誰なのか。
こんなナイスガイ、僕以外にいるわけないじゃん。な、鈴葉。
せめてもうちょっと痩せてくれれば認めなくもないけど。
He lost a good amount so far.
そう言うなって。これでも若い頃に比べれば随分と痩せたんだぜ。
Indeed, the Daro in front of me was quite a bit slimmer than the Daro I knew.
というか父さん、少し言葉遣いおかしくない？
僕も久々にこういう話し方したよ。でもオカリンはこの方が話しやすいだろうと思ってさ。
How do you normally talk? The more pressing issue, though, was his age. He was clearly a middle-aged man. The youngest I could possibly imagine him to be was in his early 40s. Mirror. Give me a mirror now. And then I saw a shelf in the corner. I saw a man I didn't know reflected in its glass. There was another man like him in his 40s. He was staring at me with a gloomy, sunken face. I slowly raised my right hand, and the man raised his left as in copying me.
ダル、一つ教えてくれ。
何でもどうぞ。
今は何年だ？
Daro's smile quickly became something more serious as he answered me. 2036.
2036年。世界は戦乱の真っ只中だ。
I missed it all. Well, that's a good place to stop. It even did like a transition screen right there. It's as if it was telling me to change. Well, fetch! What the heck? What the heck? What? Where am I? I think. What is happening? Oh my gosh, this is so insane. This is crazy. But we're in a really weird position right now where we're like in the future. So what are we gonna do now? We have the time machine. Can we send ourselves back in the time machine? That'd be crazy. Probably a bad idea though. And where's Kagari? Is she a part of this world? Or perhaps did she undo this world? Did we accidentally... Here's another thing now that I think about it. If the file name we're going for was tied to John, maybe we uploaded Kurisu into Kagari, and so we effectively brought Kurisu back. If that's the case, that could explain why we suddenly like went boom, end of the world. Maybe I should have not answered that phone, but we would have been screwed anyway because they were gonna kick in the door. And what else could I have done? So, where are we gonna be now? Fetch, man, fetch. Oh, my brain, it can't handle this. I'm glad I'm gonna have some time to think about it because I need to stop. Oh my gosh. This is freaking nuts. So what am I gonna do from here? And man, if I was in a bad ending, this is a long bad ending. Where am I? We'll figure that out. So thank you guys so much for being here today. Thanks so much for joining me on the channel. As always, it's a pleasure having you here. Fetch. This has been exciting. Whew. Yes. Alright, let's see what we can do in the future next time as 40-year-olds. And it would suck to like wake up from a coma like that, but you know, at least we're alive. And at least we got found, man. How lucky are we? So, thank you so much. Until the next video, I look forward to hearing your thoughts on this. And I don't know, like obviously giving you no spoilers, but I am curious. I'm curious what you guys think of like the path I chose and like how this ended up. Like, am I bumbling my way down the right path after all? Because it feels freaking long. Every time I did bad endings before, they always felt like pretty short. Like in the grand scheme of things. But we just flowed from chapter to chapter to chapter. So maybe if I'm doing this and I'm doing it intent right somehow, I have been bumbling through. Because I was convinced like 10 parts ago that I completely derailed our playthrough. And maybe that's still the case, but good grief. I have no idea. But anyway, I don't want to know the details, but I appreciate your thoughts on what I've been saying in this episode and of course what we've seen. So thank you so much, and until the next video, watching me, or have you see me next. I'll see you there. Sorry, light.